Hello, everybody. Um, that was, I guess that was an intro. But hey, how's it going? So I actually don't know if the microphone can hear me, so I'm just gonna turn up the gain a little bit and see what happens. There we are. But hello. This is about D&D. If you're not interested in D&D, I'm just letting you know right now. It's not about. If you're not interested, that's fine. Thank you for stopping by. But for the people who are interested in D&D or the streams or recordings that we've been doing, now there aren't really too many recordings up right now. Just 2 of the Evil campaign. I have 2 others of the main campaign that we've been primarily streaming, still in folders that I need to chop down, edit, upload. And that is pretty much what this is about. I'm not talking about any personal projects with D&D. I'm not talking about finalizing any classes I have or any races or whatever. I'm not doing that. But I'm here to talk about what I'm going to be doing in terms of presenting D&D. Because for a while we were streaming. We were streaming almost every week, relatively about the same time. We say we're supposed to start 11, we start at 12, 1, whatever. But we are going to be, well, we're streaming for a while, then the new year came around and we figured, hey, let's record it. Because I love streaming, don't get me wrong, I like talking with people live when they're actually in the chat. But then I have people who have messaged me, because I still have friends who are in high school. I still have, people I know in high school. I have a friend who is like a little sister to me, and she's still in high school. And when we were streaming, unfortunately, it was during the day, and then after school activities or whatever, and people just weren't able to watch. So I figured, fuck it, let's go ahead and record. Let's record, see what happens. And we did it. We recorded for about 2 sessions. Every morning I kept getting up early, setting up the camera, setting up the computer, the giant TV so people can see the battle mat, all that stuff. I did all of that. But, oh, you chose the worst fucking time to call whoever the hell you are. Oh shit, I gotta take this. This is awkward. Be right back. Anyways, getting back to this. That's also the beautiful thing about recording. I can just pause it rather than having to cut out the stuff later. It's great. Oh shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. And so we recorded a couple times and still got up early, did all the stuff. And I love recording, I love streaming. I love doing that while playing Dungeons & Dragons. Probably I should take my glass off so you don't see a glare. I love doing all of that. The issue I have with it though is when you're recording for... Okay, so before I say this, my editing software is Windows Movie Maker. So if you know editing software and you know what Windows Movie Maker is and you've tried editing a 6-hour video with it, you'll understand what I'm talking about here. But when you're recording 7 hours with a 7-hour clip with Windows Movie Maker, it's not fun. The only reason why I have to edit is because of the 6 or 7 hours we play, there's maybe half an hour to an hour of bullshittery. And not bullshittery as in like people dicking around, but like simple arguments or whatever that don't need to happen. Like there's one time, I'm not sure if it was a stream or recording, it may be on the recording that I have. Then again, maybe not. No, it was. That's right. Where I was just talking about, like, yeah, and because someone was a fucking saber-tooth tiger, and so, yeah, she reached down to pet you. Because it's like, oh yeah, she kind of like reached down to pet you as she's looking off. It's like, oh no, I'm just as tall as her sitting up. And then they're gotten into an argument about sizes and the sizes of actual creatures, and physically, if a saber-tooth is standing tall, it's like full-on human. Just these random arguments about things that don't need to happen. And it's not in bulk. It's not like one thing in a bulk. They're spread throughout 5, 10, 15 minutes all across the 7 hours that I have to locate and find and deal with it. Because with Windows Movie Maker, at least the version I have, you can't highlight an area, cut it out, and then throw it away, and it automatically fills in. You can't do that. You have to highlight a part you want, strip that, save it as its own video file, wait for that to finish you know, like finalizing and publishing and rendering. Then I have to put that in a folder of itself. Then I have to reset the program, put in the same video, the same like 7-hour video. I have to go highlight another piece in just that same process. I can't just cut out pieces I don't want. When I have to find, locate a problem, write down the numbers on little sticky notes, and then go to the parts I want, highlight up until that point I wrote down, strip it, and save it, that is something that no editor should ever have to go through. And I don't have editing software. I'm not going to spend $100 on an editing software because right now I don't have that kind of money. Pretty soon here I will. That's also one of the reasons why I'm not going to have any time, is also another factor. I'm going to have no time to edit those long segments. That's also another reason why I don't want to do it, because pretty soon here I won't have the time. I'm going to be working from fucking 3 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday, every single day. I'm just not going to have the time. And when I do have the time, I want to spend it with my girlfriend. I want to spend it playing Dungeons and Dragons, and that is it. That's it. My weekends are my weekends. I don't want to have to fill it with bullshit. And so we played about two sessions where we didn't record or stream, and it was definitely better on my part. I actually got to sleep in, kind of, because usually I wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning. We're supposed to start at 11, but usually I wake up at 5 or 6. I go through my notes, pour through my notes, flip through, make sure I've got everything. I do warm-ups, make sure I have my voices for the characters, make sure I don't forget any of the characters or any important things. And I spend a couple hours doing that, then I have to spend a while setting up the equipment, angling things, making sure things aren't completely bullshit. And it was good not to have to do that for the past 2 sessions. But as there were a couple moments when people were having those arguments in which because normally I shut it down as fast as I can, but there was one set, I forgot what it was about, but it went on for like 10 minutes, and I was just thinking about, man, this would be terrible to have to edit out. And then I decided I want to keep recording, but not in the same way, because before I set up tripods, cameras, on the players, on me, I set up the microphone in a special place. I don't want to do that, because the reason why we went from streaming to recording in the first place is that people can watch it when they have time. And I still want that, because there are still people I know who want to watch it. So bless you, phone. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be still recording, but no tripods, no cameras, no visuals. It's going to be primarily audio, and if that's an issue for anyone, I apologize. I'm not going to have the time anymore. And I don't want to have to go through the effort. I'm trying to get people to wrap it up when I can. But when I can't, and it keeps going back to that same thing every 5 minutes, it's just not doing it for me. So, what's going to be happening is I'm going to be setting up the computer out there. I'm going to be setting up the speakers, mouse, keyboard, monitor, so I can see what the hell I'm doing, and that is it. That is all there is to it. I'm just going to record audio with a picture of something. Not going to be a picture of the Company of the Crimson Curse. Like, the Company of the Crimson Curse, that's the name of the group for the evil campaign. That is a skull with a red ribbon going through the eye and coming out the mouth. Which is fucking badass. Lana, who drew it, awesome. But I'm not going to use that for the main campaign, just because, fuck it, why would I? That's for the evil campaign, it's primarily for that. Hopefully Lana will be able to create something for the main campaign, but until then, I'm gonna find something, maybe just Dungeons and Dragons, kind of how I did with the stream I did with my girlfriend. I'm not sure. That's what's going to be happening. I'm going to be recording audio only, microphone, standard stuff, no tripods or anything. no having to shift, because every time we play, I would have to shift the entire table to get the angles right. Now, I have to set up the shift the angle of the cameras and stuff too, but the entire table, I had to shift it and put it in a position where people can actually walk. But thankfully I won't have to do that anymore. I still have to get up and like set things up, but I don't have to worry about angles and heights and everything. But yeah. Now obviously there's a gap. There's a big ass gap from when we last left off to this session, because we haven't recorded for 2 sessions. A lot has gone on in those 2 sessions, I think. I think it's 2 sessions. Because there was the one with the Cloaker and the Dragon, which I think was actually on recording. Yeah, the Harpies and the Cloaker and Dragon, yeah. And then after that, it may have been 1 session. Shit. I think it's actually 1 session. Regardless, 1 session. A lot has happened in that time period. There's a lot of information that the party was given that unfortunately isn't on camera, and so I have to redo, not redo, but I have to pretty much summarize all that up. So, that's going to be happening. I'm going to be recording audio as well as, you know, later today I'm going to record a little session on, or like a little thing on my computer that's pretty much summarizing what happened last time, and now welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dragons. And then it goes into what we just recorded. So, that's not going to be happening, yeah, that'll be happening every time. I'm going to be having a summarization or backstory at the beginning of the video, and then it'll cut to when we are actually playing. So it is, I have about an hour until we start, so I'm going to go ahead, cut this here, leave, and go ahead and set up the computer and everything that I need to record audio. But thank you all so much for watching. If anybody has any issues with this, I apologize. If you have watched throughout the entirety of this video, thank you so much for watching. And I'm sorry that I gave up, because that's always been a thing with me, is I've always given up on YouTube. I love doing it. I love doing it for doing it, but there are times when I've just given up. And I apologize. Because normally I'm stubborn dick. And this isn't something that I'd usually falter on. But I'm sorry I faltered. Sorry I messed up. But recordings will be back in audio format. I think it'll be better that way anyways. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you next time. Farewell. I have a little bit of water. Farewell and cheers.